Hey guys, welcome back to the stuff. This week I've got something slightly different for you. Over the last few months I've been part of a team building a soapbox for the Westbury White Horse soapbox race. So I've been building that with my friends Colin and Ed, and this is the videos that cover that build. So there's 4 parts in total, 3 parts covering the build, 1 part covering the race. And if you enjoy those videos, remember to subscribe to my channel, like this video, like the other videos, and leave me a comment. That'd be great. So the build happened off-site, obviously, because there's nowhere I could build a soapbox in my shed. So that happened at Colin's place. So yeah, let's get amongst it. End of day one, we've got the back wheels on the sort of trailer suspension, but we are at this moment dismantling it so we can go and weigh it, because having had a look at the rules at the end of day one, we've only got 100 kilos to play with, and the wheels feel quite heavy. So we're going to go and have a beer, check the weight of the wheels, and do a bit more scribbling. So see what happens on day 2. So 6 hours after we shut the doors on day 1, we've reconvened and done some plans. We think we're there. We're nearly there. Everything we did today in the bin. Starting again on day 2. New plans. Back in the barn on day 2, design decisions have still not been firmed up, but what we have firmed up on is the wheels. So bought these on Facebook, 20 quid for a pair. We're going BMX wheels. I think we're probably going to do those front and back, but at the moment we've only got some backs. Today what we're going to be doing, if you can see behind me, is some steel. So we've already measured my shoulders against the barn door there. And we're going to be mocking up the racer. end of day 2. We've got the front section pretty much there. Say pretty much, got a few more welds to do, but generally that's going to be where the box is. Suspension's going to sit off here, wheels on the outside. But first day, bit of welding, looking good. Start of day 3. Day 3 is more cutting steel and more welding steel. We've got the back frame, or the front frame, sorry, here. I've already tacked on the upstands. And yeah, more fabricating, and it's going to be great. These 2 bits of steel are going to make up the roll bar for the car. So we've put some nice curves on the edges using a technique we saw on another YouTuber's channel. I'll link him down below. And yeah, so they're all looking good. Unfortunately, we are not looking good in that direction. Not quite within manufacturing tolerances. This one's too high, this one's too small. So we're going to have to do a bit of splicing together to make sure that that'll work. But eventually this is going to be our safety roll bar. So end of day 3, and we've got the front box welded up, the back box welded up, and they're welded so that we can fit the suspension on either side. We haven't quite decided whether we're going to have full suspension or not yet. These are just mocked in at the moment, they're not actually tacked in. And then that is where our roll bar, once we've sorted out the errors there, once we've sorted that out, the roll bar will go somewhere around there. But it's starting to take shape. Made some good progress today. Yeah, happy with where we got. Start day 4, back around the workshop. This is where we got to last time. Front box, back box, bit of roll bar. Going to put all this together. Hopefully by the end of the day we'll have a frame of a car. We did a little weight check as well this morning, up to 16 kilos, so we've got 84 kilos to play with. Yeah, let's get amongst it. So we've just cut out some, Colin's just cut out some plates here. They're going to go on our roll bar in the corners just to give us a bit of extra strength. There's the roll bar. That's going to be stood up. Going to weld these in the corners just to give us a bit of extra strength. Corrected our mistake from last week, welded on the end, and then just get that marked up and welded on. Simple as that. So we've got the roll bar just sort of held in position with some clamps. What we did was just do a bit of tacking front and back on the roll bar, so it acted like a bit of a hinge because these aren't perfectly 90. And then what we've done is just clamp that in at the bottom, and we're now ready to weld up, get a few more tacks in, full weld around the top, put the plates on. That roll bar is looking good. So we've got the frame of the car pretty much there. We're really happy with it. We've got a bit of spring in the bottom. When I sort of move around, you can see a bit of spring in the bottom one. So we think we might get some supports going in later on, but we're going to get the seat structure in, sort out the suspension, and then see how stiff we are. But we're in a car. I think this is day 5. We are back down the workshop. Today we are going to look at suspension. So last week we got the frame welded up. This week is all about thinking about how we're going to mount our wheels and suspension. We've had a quick chat before I started filming this intro, and turns out we don't really have a clue. So we're just going to measure, build, see what happens, and hope for the best. So yeah, day 5 is going to be interesting. So we are about 2.5 hours into day 5. We've not cut any steel. We've only taken them apart some bike wheels. Got really worried about how much width we'd have for the suspension on the car. Nearly chopped the car frame in half to try and grab a bit of extra space, because we measured it around my rear, which is wider than we would want. But we think actually now we've drawn it out. So what we did earlier was just mark it out on the floor. And what we're doing now is we've marked out properly our suspension geometry. So this is the suspension geometry. So this is going to be the A-frame for where we're going to mount the wheel. So that rose joint is going to hold our kingpin on our wheel, and then it's going to hinge about this point, well actually probably about this line. I'm going to build it longer. So we're going to build 2 A-frames like this, kingpin in the middle, and then the wheel will sit outside somewhere about here. So next job for me is to cut and weld 2 A-frames, and we'll see how far we get. So there we have it. That was part 1 of my soapbox build. The second part should be already up on my channel now, so go ahead and check it out. Remember, you stay safe, get some stuff done.